Welcome to 4 Minutes Closer to God. My name is Doug. I am going to continue talking about how to make the most of studying the Bible. A lot of principles to cover, and so we'll do those in a period of 4 minutes each. This context that we've been talking about, we mentioned Mesopotamian culture into which Abraham was thrust, Egyptian culture, out of which Moses took the people, and the Israelite history from Adam and Eve right up through King David and on in through the prophets, and the splitting of Israel itself into Judah and Israel, and then Israel being taken away in captivity, and Judah going to Babylon and then coming back under Ezra and Nehemiah. And so all of that history is the background for the New Testament. So they would understand things better than we do, typically because that was their own history, where we study independence, the Revolutionary War, independence declaration, and on. They have studied their works. And so those things in their history really set the background for the New Testament. But also a thing that's not understood in churches as well as it should be is the Second Temple Judaism that arose between the fall of Judah and being taken off to Babylon, the rebuilding of the temple until the Romans took over at the time of Jesus. So during that time, Judaism arose, the synagogue, Christianity came up as a twin kind of development of Judaism and Christianity coming out of the same soil there. And so Second Temple Judaism has its own writings and things that people would understand that's important for us to bear in mind as you're studying the Bible. So when you get to Jude, there are parts in there that are direct quotations from the book of Enoch, that is a Second Temple period book. And so that reading that book as a commentary on Genesis and then as a background for Second Peter, who alludes to it, and also for the book of Jude itself being in quotation there. This book of Enoch is important, just even though it's not canonical, it is something that gave information, a background knowledge to the writers. And so reading that would be helpful to us to get some more information about what we're studying. And so that being said, the context of a writing, it's important to know who the author was. Paul, Matthew, John, Mark writing kind of on behalf of Peter, and Luke, Acts. And so who was Luke connected with in writing his work? What were their intended audiences? And what was the message that they were trying to put across? So you kind of got to read thematically to be able to put those things together, learn more about the authorship, where it was written, what the actual setting was at the time of the writing, and then what was the genre of the book being written, and what are the truths conveyed. It's important that we take Scripture seriously in order to get the right meaning out of what we read.